welcome back to another episode of Deepa Does It. My name is Deepa Prashad, and on every single episode of the show, I will be, well, doing things. Yeah, let's do things together. But seriously, on all the episodes of the show, I will do my best to recreate a professional chef's signature dish. Now, when it comes to food, I love to eat it. I'm not so great at making it, so hopefully you enjoy my failure, because it happens a lot. How did she make this look so easy? I feel like I look like a clumsy, I don't know what. Mix for me, baby, mix for me. I only got limited time. So today on the show, we are joined by holistic nutritionist and chef Stephanie Tucci, aka Chefany. She's gonna teach us how to make a vanilla espresso birthday cake with 2 types of Swiss meringue buttercreams, and they are vanilla and espresso plus chocolate ganache all over the cake. She's gonna make it first, I'm gonna take my notes, then she's gonna leave, I'm gonna give it my best go, do it on my own, and then she's gonna be back to judge me on 3 different categories, and they are taste, presentation, and heart. So let's get to it. All right, everyone, we are now joined by the lovely Chefany. How are you today?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited. Before we start everything, tell us about this dish, why it's one of your favorite things to make.
So to be honest, growing up, I actually hated cake.
Really?
I hated sheet cake. I thought it was super boring. Being Italian, all we had was tiramisu. So I wanted to be able to create the childhood classic, just my version.
I can't believe that you hated cake.
I did.
Girl, cake is one of the best things in the world. I'm so excited to do this today. So, on the count of 3, we're gonna say let's do it, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
3, 2, 1, let's do it! Yeah.
First up, we're gonna be making the Swiss meringue buttercream. We're gonna start with the standard vanilla flavor first. I promise you this is not as hard as it looks. It's just more of like, we just need some patience. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead first and just measure the butter that we need.
That's a lot of butter.
Right, it seems like it's a lot of butter, but in theory, it's not that much because we're using it to ice a complete cake.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Is this what I eat every time I have a cake?
If you eat the whole cake, for sure, absolutely. If you eat the whole cake. So for the sugar, we're gonna need 400 grams. And now we're gonna add our egg whites. So this is the base of basically making a meringue.
I thought that was lemon juice.
No, this is. This is egg whites.
Okay.
This part here, just so you know, is important that you get the measurement correct.
Okay, if I got it wrong,
Sure.
what would happen?
Well, for example, I mean, if the ratio of your egg whites was too high, you're gonna have frittata.
Hey, frittata cake. Not a bad idea.
Sweet frittata. Okay, so we're gonna take this over to the stove. You're gonna have to use a thermometer here.
Okay.
The reason we're doing this is we need to pasteurize the egg whites, okay? So you just kind of get it going a little bit.
That looks like a really good arm workout.
Yeah, for sure. When you do this all day, your shoulders are quite tired at the end of the day, and you're like, okay, I don't need to exercise anymore.
You do this and then you eat cake.
Yeah, and then you eat cake. Yeah, 100%. Periodically, we're gonna check. We wanna make sure that we get it at between 75 and 85 degrees. Anywhere between there, we know that it's pasteurized and it's good to go. And the color is gonna start to change. It's gonna go from kind of being a light brown color to much more creamy. At this point is when you start getting an arm cramp.
Yeah, I'm like, how are you so calm? This looks very vigorous.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are there. And we're gonna bring this over to our stand mixer.
Oh, so there's a second mixing to this.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No. So this is gonna take maybe 6 minutes here, okay? In the meantime, I'm gonna cut up the butter.
Butter is one of my favorite things.
And to clarify, this is unsalted butter.
Unsalted butter, okay.
Because we are gonna add our own salt to this. So this is kind of what we are looking for. You can go ahead and feel the base. It is like down to lukewarm, and now I know we're not gonna melt our butter and have soup. So we're gonna start with 1 or 2, and it's gonna deflate. Ooh. The fat content is actually gonna make this completely deflate.
Okay.
So don't be alarmed.
Okay.
This is the process of making buttercream. Once I see that there's no more massive pieces, I can go ahead and add the rest, blitz it really high, and let it do its thing. So at this point, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna go ahead and just add the salt and the vanilla, okay? So the reason we're adding our fat pinch of salt, not to make it salty, but it helps to bring out the flavor. And then this is our vanilla extract. So 1.5 these tablespoons. And then we'll crank it back up and slowly bring it back up to the highest speed. Have a look. Color slightly changed.
It looks really good. I want to like stick my finger. I won't do that, promise.
And this is vanilla Swiss meringue buttercream.
Heaven in a bowl.
For the second Swiss meringue buttercream, it's our espresso flavor. So essentially, all we're doing is taking that vanilla, delicious vanilla Swiss meringue that we just made, and we're gonna add brewed espresso to it.
Okay.
The only thing I'll tell you is as you're gonna add this liquid, it's gonna re-loosen. But don't stress, keep whipping it, and it'll come back together, okay? So it has a slightly tan color compared to the original, but that's fine. And our buttercreams are done. Next, ganache. You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
This is the easiest thing. Anybody at home can redo it. It's a 1-to-1 ratio of heavy cream and chocolate.
Okay,
done.
that's
End
it.
of story, okay? Warm the cream on the stove until it just simmers. Once
Okay.
it's at the simmer, we're gonna pour it directly over our chocolate chips. Whisk, 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 done.
More whisking.
More, except now, but it's like, this is like fingertip whisking. It's much
Okay.
lighter. So it's
Well,
fine.
my arm's never gonna break today.
And just like that, you have chocolate ganache.
Oh my god. Wait, that's it?
That's it.
Oh.
It's the easiest thing.
All right, then.
The hardest part here will be getting it into your squeeze bottle without spilling it all over the table.
True.
Set that aside, and we are ready to build a cake.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's
I've
do
been
it.
waiting for this for like so long. It's been so long, I mean, like half an hour. So let's do it.
So the flavor of this cake is vanilla espresso. This is actually a flourless cake. There's no flour in it whatsoever. It's made with almond flour.
Oh, cool.
This is like my pride and joy, this cake base, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just evenly trim off the top just because it's uneven, okay? Scraps are either for snacks or that's usually in my
I say
case.
snacks.
What tends to happen. And then we're going to cut it in half,
Okay.
So I kind of make a little trace all the way around.
Okay.
Now I'm back where I started, and now I'm letting the cake guide. Once more, just be careful because the knife is quite sharp, so don't move too quickly if you're not feeling super confident. Okay, and we'll stack it. So
right.
at this point now, we are pretty much ready to start building.
Yes.
I have a turntable. I'm using a 10-inch cake board for a 6-inch round cake. This way there's a rim, it's easier to hold, no problem.
Okay.
Offset spatula, these are your best friend.
All right.
Okay, in cake decorating worlds. I'm gonna take the espresso one and I'm gonna put like a little dollop at the bottom.
Does it help it stick?
Yes, it's basically glue. So
Okay.
it's our glue so our cake does not move around. And we evenly place one right in the center. I'll show you my trick for how to easily fill a piping bag. You can use a jug at home or like anything that's just like deep enough, okay? And then I'm going to just scoop some in. You shake it down, I'm just gonna cut off the base. So I'm just gonna put, I don't know, maybe about a 1/4 cup if I have to give a measurement. Using your offset trusty spatula, you're just gonna evenly spread. In this case, we're going on a thinner layer. And if it hits over the side, don't worry about it. That's fine, because we're gonna spread that up into the cake anyways.
That looks delicious.
From here, I build like a dam, okay? So pretty much this just ensures that when I go to put the ganache, it's not gonna leak over the sides of the cake. You see how there's a seam between the two?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use my spatula and I'm gonna close that off so it can't leak.
Oh, okay, yeah, so the chocolate could leak out the side.
This is the same, if you were gonna do a fruit filling, you would have to do the same thing. I'll use a spoon to spread this. Eye level, plop this baby down. We smear it all together.
This looks like a giant ice cream sandwich right now.
Kinda, yeah, kinda, if we have to say. And then we repeat the process. I'm gonna put our top layer on now.
Okay.
Smooth out those sides, and there we go. So now it's gonna go in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then once it's solidified, we will go around with the icing on the outside.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yay.
So now I've gone ahead and mixed up some very light colors. I did peaches, a rosy color, and a lilac.
Nice.
What we're gonna do, does not matter the order, you can get crazy, it's really up to you. This part, it's gonna look like kind of a hot mess.
Yeah.
And that's fine, because we're gonna smooth it out.
Okay, this I think I can do.
Yeah.
This looks a bit sporadic, so I know I can do this.
So, this is called the bench scraper.
Okay.
Okay, and this is what's gonna help give us a very smooth finish, okay? Not applying a crazy amount of pressure. I'm just gonna drag it around once. I'm gonna kind of see where I'm at.
Oh, that looks so pretty.
And now while I'm here, let's fill the top.
That's gonna be a massive slice of cake, by the way. Just like, look at how tall this thing is.
And so see what I'm doing? I have the tips in the center, and I'm not moving the spatula, I'm moving the board.
Okay.
Okay? We're gonna use our chocolate ganache to create the chocolate drip around the outside of the cake. And we're gonna apply swirls, flowers, and edible sprinkles on top.
Oh, it looks so good. It also smells amazing.
I will cut into this and we can have a taste of what your masterpiece will taste like.
Let's hope so.
Da, 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 da. Look at that, guys.
That looks amazing.
My favorite part though is like when I see the inside, I'm like, ah, yes.
It's very satisfying.
It's like layer, therapeutic. Okay.
We digging into this?
We're digging in.
Okay.
And you can give me your honest feedback.
Oh, Stephanie.
I feel like it tastes like if you're eating a chocolate covered espresso bean. That's kind of the vibe I get.
This is delicious. Like you
Thank
said,
you.
not overly sweet at all, which is dangerous because you can eat so much of it.
And then you've eaten a couple pounds of butter.
So, do you actually think I can recreate this?
I do. I think
You
can.
do?
Yeah, I do. I have faith. I have faith.
Bless
Listen,
you.
Just like have some patience, have fun with it.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna give it my own spin, my own try after I finish eating this cake, and once I stop talking with my mouth full. That's rude. I'm gonna get started with the buttercream. So I know we need a butter, sugar, egg whites for this to begin with. So I'm gonna start off with the butter. 1 stick of butter here is actually a pound of butter. That is 451 grams. A slight sliver more should do the trick. Okay, great. So that has been measured out. I'm gonna put this to the side. So 2 cups of sugar.
Make sure it's level. Level it. Oh, okay. We're gonna be a bit short.
1 cup of egg whites go in here. And remember, this is not lemon juice, which I was convinced that it was. This is where the arm workout comes into play. Something like this. How did she make this look so easy? I feel like I look like a clumsy, I don't know what.
It's all in the wrist, babe, all in the wrist.
My arms. Okay, so I think it's getting there. I'm just gonna do a temperature check. Okay, it's at 85, which means now it's the fun part where we whip, 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 whip. Temperature here. So, let me put the whisk down first. Snap. Okay, full speed. So, 6 minutes here until the butter can go in. So I'm gonna let this do its thing, but in the meantime, I'm gonna prep my butter into cubes.
Please don't cut yourself.
Oh no. It was not this messy when Stephanie did it, but for some reason, I'm having a difficult time. So, it seems like it is ready for the butter. And I remember she said, start it slow and then speed it up. I got my eye on you. Mix for me, baby, mix for me. So the buttercream is looking really good. I think I'm just on my final steps now, which is fat pinch of salt and some vanilla extract. Mix this up together, and then I think my buttercream is good to go. Oh, look at that. I feel like it looks really good. I'm gonna set this aside because we're gonna use this for the filling. Time for the espresso filling. Oh, actually, looks pretty good. I'm gonna add just a touch more because that actually went a lot better than I thought.
You know what? She's doing pretty good, actually. Like, she's fairly organized. She's having fun with it, not taking herself too seriously. But for a novice, I think she's doing a good job.
And then buttercreams are done.
Good job, Deepa. Good job.
It looks fluffy to me, and I think that's key. So into the piping bag it goes. Okay, I think this looks good. So I'm gonna put this aside just for a few minutes, and time for the next step. So now it's time for the chocolate ganache, one of my favorite parts of this cake. So again, need the handy dandy scale here. And I remember she said it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so it makes it really easy. So 6 ounces of dark chocolate. Next is the cream as well. Working our way up to 6 ounces. And boil! Faster! Oh, you know what I realized? If I turn up the heat, I'll probably do it faster. Common sense, guys. Just want to pour in the cream. And let's whisk this bad boy. Oh yeah, look at that magic. This is actually my first time making ganache. And now that I know it's quite simple and easy, I feel like I'm gonna be in trouble because I'm gonna want to do this so often. So now that that's been dealt with, I'm gonna get my cakes ready for prep. So 2 cakes over here. Full disclosure, I did not bake these, even though I would like to take credit. So I think what she did was cut off the top. Let's switch this over here and cut cake top number 2. And I'm quite happy with my result for this one.
Bravo, bravo.
Now we want 4 layers. Try to eyeball the middle here. Are they even? It's good enough by my standards, so I'm gonna be happy with that. So same thing here. You know what? I'm just gonna try my luck and slice right through it.
She's brave. Okay, I'm impressed. I'll hire her.
Bam!
Take it back, she's not hired.
You know, that was 100% my fault because I went rogue on this, but there we go. 4 layers of cake nonetheless, so the next step is to start filling these, and then we can start to assemble. So we're just gonna put a dollop of buttercream there, so the cake is able to stick. Now is the part that I really struggle with, which is, that's not what she did. She did something like this.
Okay.
Then you just wanna, you know, spread it out. And then after this, you need to make a buttercream dam. How did she do this? So you know, it's kind of a dam. And then you take your ganache. In the middle it goes. Okay. Oh shoot, I was supposed to fix the seams.
You see how there's a seam between the 2?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use my spatula and I'm gonna close that off so it can't leak.
Oh, okay, yeah, so the chocolate could leak out the side. I guess I could do it in the same step. All right. Now let's do this with the rest of the layers. I've never decorated a cake before, so we're just gonna go with what I can do. It's not collapsing on itself, which is good.
The cake might be a little lopsided, a little on the 45.
You know, we'll do damage control as we go. I hope she's not watching this. This is so embarrassing. So I think I'm just gonna pop it in the fridge so it can sit, consolidate while I'm mixing my different colors of the vanilla buttercream and see if I can salvage this.
So she started off really well. I had epic high hopes. Swiss meringue buttercreams came out great, ganache came out great, and then the assembly. I think we need some more training for sure. It'll still be delicious either way. It'll still be tasty. I have faith.
Okay, so my cake has been in the fridge for a few minutes now. Now it is time for the watercolor effect. So I remember Chef was saying just kind of like sporadically put your colors and then mix it together after. I'm gonna take this and just run it all the way around. I can't see the side yet, so I'm really hoping that this turns out well. Hey, it's definitely colorful, that's for sure. Don't really know if I can call this a watercolor cake, but we're getting there. I think this is the best I'm gonna do with my icing. So now, time for the fun part. I can decorate. Chocolate ganache. It's gonna save the sides. Some small dots. And then let's do sprinkles. Look at that, it helps it so much already. Time for some flowers. Flowers are helping, guys. Flowers are helping. It almost looks identical to Chefany's cake. Ta-da! Take a look at my watercolor chocolate chip cake.
Well, first I'm going to say I love your energy towards this right now.
Okay.
I will say I love the colors that you chose. You know, I think A for effort.
She really struggled to say that. I hope that the layers at least look somewhat okay.
Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay.
Hey!
Hey!
Not bad.
Listen, I was worried that maybe there wasn't enough icing throughout, but considering it's actually okay.
Yeah?
Yep. Hey, there we go.
That's okay. You deserve the nicer slice.
Now we stuff our face.
Now we stuff our face.
Taste is there.
Okay.
So, yeah, excellent meringue. The ganache is really delicious. You know what? Like, come hang out with me. I'll teach you some decorating skills. You'll be okay.
Might take a while, but it's actually pretty good. Are you ready to judge me? I'm a little bit nervous, but.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Taste, 5. The components are correct. So, nailed it.
Yes. Okay, great.
Presentation, 2.
I think 2 is even generous, to be quite honest. I thought you were going to give me 0.
No, because there's so much effort, and you know, I appreciate the effort. Heart, 10.
Great!
I'm gonna give you a 10.
So what's the grand total? 10 plus 5 plus 2, 17 out of 15. Pretty much
Pass.
ace the challenge. No, that's beyond perfection. So real question is, would you serve this at one of your spots?
No.
Okay.
No.
Bye. All right, so you heard it here. I kind of, sort of, maybe not did the dish. But anyways, make sure to subscribe so you never ever miss an episode of Deepa Does It. Follow along and learn some trendy dishes with me and the pros. And then you could be a pro. Or not. Do your best.